Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about fresh and citrusy fragrances in my collection. We're in spring, starting to get even warmer. We're heading into summer soon. And these are the fragrances that I'm starting to want to reach for. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first one I have is by MAC, and this is Turquatic. I just have the smallest bottle here. I believe this is, a 20 ml, because this was a blind buy. And I really like the bottle. I think it's so pretty, and the bottle really represents what the fragrance smells like. This is a very aquatic, fresh scent that does have citrus and woody notes in it. So it has, let's see here, water notes, which makes sense because it's aquatic. Some florals. It has lemon, Virginia cedar, and orris root in it. And I got the smallest bottle because, one, this was a blind buy, and I didn't know if I would like it, and I didn't want to go ahead and get the biggest bottle. But I will say these are really affordable in my opinion. So even if I had gone ahead and gotten the biggest bottle, it wouldn't have been, I think, too much of a gamble. It had such good reviews. So I have worn this a couple of times. I need to wear it more. I think I'll put it on my tray in the month of June. Actually, my boyfriend has worn this more than I have. He went and got his own bottle. But this just smells really nice, really aquatic, fresh, clean, a little bit woody. It's not like an overpowering citrus note in there, but it's just enough to make it bright. It's really nice for the price that you can get it for. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I want to say less than $30. Pretty sure. Again, I can't remember. But yeah, and I found the longevity to be great. This is great for everyday wear when you just want to throw on something that smells clean and fresh and you want to go. I've worn it to the gym. I've worn it around the house. I've never put it on and been like, ugh, I don't want to wear this today. So this is a really great option if you like aquatic, fresh, citrusy fragrances and you're looking for something more affordable. You can pick this up at MAC. You can wait for a sale. They have sales pretty often, and I'm pretty sure you can get the discount on this as well. The next one I have here is a Versace, and this is the Dylan Turquoise. Actually, this is a new bottle. I just got this in the mail, I want to say like 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. I have worn this before. I've gone through several samples and little deluxe sample sizes of this. Try to convince myself I don't need it. It's not, I won't lie, it's not the most like exquisite smelling perfume ever, but I really like it. And the bottle is so pretty, and definitely the bottle got me. It's got this really cool detailing around the top, typical Versace cap, and I love the color. So I just got the smallest size. This is the 30-ounce bottle, and I got this on Fragrance X for $40. So good price. You can find these, I'm pretty sure, on Mercari, Poshmark, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, for a much better price than paying full retail, which is how I justified it because I knew I wasn't going to pay full price for this. So this is definitely a citrusy fragrance. Can't smell it too much out of the cap. I've already spritzed this one time. But it has a really nice guava note in here. So the top notes are lemon, mandarin orange, and pink pepper. So very fresh, very citrusy. And the middle notes are guava, freesia, cassis, and jasmine. So once you first spray it on, you do get that blast of freshness and citrus in the opening, and then the mid note starts to come out and you get a little bit of the sweetness from the guava if you can pick it up. I know some people don't. I do smell it, and it's not like a overly sweet kind of gourmand syrupy guava. It's very fresh, almost like you have an actual guava fruit and you're sniffing it. That's kind of what the guava note smells like to me. And then in the base, you have woods, musk, and cedar. And Yeah, I just find this to be a very easy, very pleasant fragrance to wear. Versace fragrances, in my opinion, can be a little screechy sometimes. Not all of them, but a couple of them. It's not too screechy to me, and that doesn't last. It's almost like just the blast of citrus in the opening, and then it mellows out on the skin once the mid and base notes start working together. But again, this is a very easy to wear, throw on, good for every day, good for running errands, good for the gym type of fragrance. If you just like to smell citrusy, fresh, clean, um, not too overpowering. And again, affordable. You can find it for a really good price. So I think it's a really good option. And the bottle does look absolutely stunning on your vanity. And I won't lie, that is definitely one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and get this, even though I have a ton of other citrusy fragrances that I'd probably reach for over this one. But it's cute, and I do like that guava note in here. The next one I have is from Chanel, and this is the Chance Eau Fraiche. I believe I have the 1.7, yeah, fluid ounce. So this is the 50 ml bottle. I got this from Ulta a couple of years ago. All this huge dent that I have in there was all from the first year that I had it. Once like COVID hit, we weren't going out as much. I didn't reach for it as much because I was, I guess, experimenting with newer scents, because COVID is when I really got into trying new things, because like what else was I going to do? But this is a really beautiful woody citrus fragrance. It's classified as a chypre floral, and it has notes of lemon, cedar, and citron in the top. Water hyacinth, pink pepper, and jasmine in the mid, and the base notes are patchouli, white musk, vetiver, teakwood, iris, and amber. So there's a lot of notes, there's a lot going on, but this is a very classy, kind of almost a sophisticated type of citrus. Like, it's easy to wear. Anybody can throw this on. It's unisex. Anybody can throw this on. But it smells great. The longevity is pretty decent, in my opinion, for a citrus fragrance. And you can get a small bottle. You can easily throw it in your bag if you want to touch up in a few hours. I don't feel the need to that often. I usually put it on, and by the time it wears off, it's the time for me to be done kind of wearing it. But yeah, every time I've worn this, I've gotten a compliment. It just smells absolutely fantastic. It does have that kind of Chanel DNA vibe to it, but without smelling too mature. This is easy for anybody to wear, in my opinion. Yeah, so when I want to smell fresh and citrusy and woody, but I also want to smell maybe a little more dressed up than throwing on like MAC Turquatic or Versace Dylan Turquoise, this is the one I would reach for. It's great for a lot of different types of occasions. You can go out in it, you can wear it at home, run errands, all that kind of stuff. I really love this one, and this will definitely be going on my tray in the summer months. The next one I have is Valentino Donna. This is the Coral Fantasy. I've talked about this a lot on my channel. It is one of my favorite perfumes. I think it smells so good. This is a fruity citrus and fresh fragrance. This is the 100 ml bottle. Went through a little deluxe sample so quickly, I knew I would just want to get a 100 ml bottle. I got it almost towards the end of summer, and put a pretty good dent in it in that 1 or 2 months that I had it before the weather started to cool down. This is definitely going on my tray because I'm starting to crave it already. It smells so good. So the top notes are kiwi and Brazilian orange. So you get this really beautiful, juicy, citrusy, sweet, but not cloying, and not syrupy opening. And then in the mid, there's Indian jasmine, rose, and ambrette. And the base notes have white musk and cedar. So this is, yeah, it's sweet, it's fruity. You do have that citrus touch to it. And then, but I don't know, it's like the florals come in and kind of smooth it out. And then I think the musk and the cedar in the base just make it really sexy. This is like a flirty, easygoing, sexy type of fragrance. So while it might not be as citrus heavy as the ones I've talked about before. It does have that citrusy note to make it feel fresh, but then the fruity note to make it fun, and then the musk and the woody notes to kind of ground it a little bit, to keep it from being too it's not candy sweet, and I'm not a huge fan of candy sweet too often. I just think this is a perfect spring and summer fragrance. I really love this one, and I know for a fact when I put it on my tray, I'm going to put a huge dent in it. Really great. Not a safe blind buy though. It's gotten mixed reviews. People have complained about the longevity. I layer this, and I have a layering video that I'll do for summertime. But I don't have a huge issue with reapplying this. I have had to reapply it in the past. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I don't mind it. You can get a travel or a small bottle. I got this on a good sale, so I don't mind having to touch this up. The next one I have is from Giorgio Armani, and this is the Acqua di Gioia. This is the 30 ml bottle. I got the smallest one I could find. This wasn't exactly a blind buy. I did spritz it on in Sephora on a piece of paper, and it smelled nice, but I wasn't too wowed by it. But for some reason, I just felt like I had to have it. So I just went ahead and bought the small 1 ounce bottle without really getting a chance to get a sample and test it on my skin. And I don't regret it. This is an aromatic, citrusy, green, fresh fragrance. I know it's been reformulated. People have talked about how it's not what it used to be like. I never smelled the older version. I've only smelled this one. I do like this one, so I can't really comment too much on whether this one's better or the old one's better. But this one has top notes of Amalfi lemon and mint. And I really like that combination. It just gives it this beautiful, refreshing, almost like a, like a mocktail mojito type of vibe. The middle notes are water jasmine. And so it does have, obviously with the name, that aquatic type of feeling. And then the base notes are Virginia cedar, French labdanum, and brown sugar. The brown sugar in here I thought was a weird touch, but once I had worn it, I tried it on my actual skin, worn it a couple of times. It's not so much that I smell the brown sugar like the way you would in maybe like Kayali's Vanilla 28, but it adds this very soft, subtle sweetness in the dry down that's not gourmand, but it just really makes the whole fragrance settle into your skin in such a beautiful way. This is an easy reach. I actually wore this the other day to remind myself of what it smelled like because I hadn't worn it since last year when I first got it. I put a little bit of a dent in it when I first got it. I wore it around. I wore it for errands. I wore it out to brunch. I wore it to the gym. Great for any occasion. And it's just a really beautiful, easy reach, fresh, aquatic, citrusy perfume. I'm not sure about the longevity because I don't remember. Again, a lot of times I was just wearing it out for the first part of my day. So I was coming home and then showering and trying something else. So I can't really speak to the longevity, but I don't remember feeling like I couldn't smell it on my skin after a few hours. So I think the longevity is probably okay. You can get these, you can get it from a retailer store. I think I bought this from, I can't remember. I probably got it from Ulta. And I probably got it, on a sale, discount, used a coupon, something. But you can find these on Fragrance X, Fragrance Net. So you don't have to pay full retail price. So I think it makes this a very affordable option. And the bottle is absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the real color of this lid. It's a very soft sea foamy green. It just looks beautiful. I love it. Definitely going on my tray in the summer months. The next one I have is Louis Vuitton, and this is City of Stars. I got this for my birthday a couple of months ago, and this is a citrus bomb. This is a citrus fragrance. It's got more than half the notes are citrus, and there's a couple other things to sprinkle it in. It is a little bit powdery in the dry down, which I like. There's a white floral note. It's a little bit musky. So this has, in the opening, lime, blood orange, blood mandarin, lemon, and bergamot. So citrus heavy fragrance. If you don't like citrus, I do not recommend. All the citruses blend really well together. I don't necessarily pick up like any of the citrus notes in particular. I can smell like that familiar bergamot vibe. I can get the like a slight bitterness like from the lime and the blood orange, like when you cut into those and you smell the zesty freshness from the actual fruit, but then when you cut into the rind you get a little bit of that bitter note to it. It's not bad. I like it. It's very different from other citrus fragrances that are just citrusy and don't kind of have that whole citrus fruit vibe to it. And then once the tiare flower comes in the middle, it starts to sweeten up. It's not that sweet in the opening. The opening is just fresh and citrusy. And then the tiare flower comes in, it starts to sweeten up a little bit. And then after, I want to say maybe 15-20 minutes on my skin, the powdery notes start to creep in and make it, like with the tiare flower, it starts to get powdery and creamy, but not overly powdery. It's not like baby powder. It's a soft powdery vibe. To me, although I have heard from other people that they pick up the powdery notes more than I do. And then in the base, you have, with the powdery notes, you also have musk and sandalwood. And so by the time it's been sitting on my skin for about an hour, it's just this beautiful, soft, I still pick up the citrus notes, but they've really kind of settled in and mixed with everything else. So it's just soft, citrus, powdery, sweet, not gourmand at all though. This is a very citrusy, fresh type of fragrance, but I really love it. It's very different from anything else I have in my collection. And what I like about the Louis Vuitton bottles, I got the 100 ml one. There's, I believe, one that's 200 ml, I believe. Yeah. These are refillable. So you can take this into participating Louis Vuitton stores. I don't think all of them have the fountains, and you can get it refilled. So the retail for this bottle is $300, which is, in my opinion, way too much. Like if this was $300 every time you wanted to get it, that's steep for what it is. Again, it smells great. I love it, but it's really steep for a citrusy fragrance. Citrus fragrances don't tend to last that long. This longevity on this one, I don't have any complaints with for being a citrus. But you can refill it for a much lower price. And for me, that makes it worth it because I'm cutting down on materials used for a fragrance. I can just take in the same bottle, get a whole new, full one for a much lower cost that I would be happy to pay for 100 ml of this juice. Okay, so that was Louis Vuitton City of Stars. And the last one I have for you today is Atelier Colognes. This is Clementine, California. This is a fragrance that I've had in my collection for years. This is not the first bottle I've had. I've gone through several smaller sizes. And then finally, there was a good sale going on and I just went and bought the full-on bottle. So this is a citrus, aromatic, woody, fresh, spicy fragrance. It has top notes of clementine, mandarin orange, and juniper berry. Mid notes are basil, star anise, and pepper. And base notes are cypress, Haitian vetiver, and sandalwood. I find this to be a very unisex fragrance. I have heard from some people say that it's too masculine for them. I don't find that to be the case, but everybody's preferences are different. I do like unisex and masculine fragrances. I have a few masculine fragrances in my collection that I enjoy wearing. This is more cologne-y than perfumey, but the notes just blend so well together. You do have that beautiful, very realistic, clementine, citrusy, juicy opening, and it's balanced out really well with all the base notes. I didn't even know there was pepper in here, but now that I know, it makes sense. I don't necessarily smell pepper, which can bother me sometimes, but there's just this kind of sexy spiciness in it, and then all the wood notes in the base, I think gave it pretty decent longevity. I love this one so much. I don't know why I didn't reach for it much. Maybe it's because I wore it so much when I first got it and I started discovering other things. But this is definitely going on my tray this summertime. I want to give it some more wear. It just smells fantastic, and I get complimented every single time I wear this in front of somebody. It's really great. I know they stopped selling it in the US, but I've still seen it available for sale on other third party retailers. So I think you can still get your hands on this fairly easily. Yeah, just this is definitely one of my favorite citrus fragrances in my collection. It's so good. Okay, so here are the citrusy, fresh fragrances that I have in my collection. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down below. I actually have a couple fragrances that I've sampled that are on my wish list that I'm going to be adding to my collection hopefully soon. That would also be great for summer. But other than that, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.